So hello guys, today I'll be teaching you how to build a machine learning model using Power BI. So for this, you basically need a Power BI cloud, which basically you can get from Microsoft services, or you have to buy the premium license of Power BI, not the pro license. One level above pro is premium, which allows you to build machine learning models with data flows. But before we proceed further, do kindly subscribe to my channel. I would always like for you to comment and give me feedback on my other videos so I can also improve and you can also get more information for your work. So the first thing we do is check our workspaces. Okay, I already have made a model before, but for your understanding, I'll make a new workspace. Okay, name this workspace, let's see, a Mars new model. It's a random name, public. I'm just doing random name stuff, okay? You can choose whatever name. And if you basically want to give basically yourself or anyone else who's an admin on your Power BI license to use it, or do you basically just want specific people to use this with you? So you choose this tab. Okay, if you want to give people outside your company access to it as well, or outside your license to access it. Okay, so I'll just choose this because it's my own license. Okay, and you have to choose premium per user. Okay, and if your data is large scale, you choose large, but I'm putting a small scale data over here. Okay, so basically I'll choose the small data set storage format. Okay, allow contributors to update the app for this workspace. If you're working in a company, you should ideally click this, but I'm only showing this to you, so I won't do it. Okay, create a new workspace. Done. Okay, so now let's add content, organization, services. So we will start by data flows. Okay, so you have to define a new table over here. Okay, the link for downloading the file is this. It's also within the video description. You can just download it and also make your own sample Power BI model. It's also given in Microsoft's instructions for how to build a Power BI model, which you can find on Google too. Over here, I'm showing how to make it for those who are new to this, or even people who know a bit of Power BI but don't know how to build a model in it, because even I didn't at one point in time, and I recently learned this through research. Research is the game for everything. Okay, it's a CSV format file, so I'll choose this. And in this, I'll directly put the link. You can also upload the file separately if you have it already stored. Next. Okay, so now we first have to transform the data. Normally, Power BI is on Power Query option, which is also in Excel, Excel also has this option, by the way. So it automatically, even through AI insights, can sometimes on its own tell you okay, what's wrong with the data, but maybe my insights here won't work because the data itself is hard to understand. Okay, so but since I want to basically predict revenue, whether the next person who's within the data set will buy a product or not, so I will choose revenue as true and false. Maybe true if he buys the product, false if he doesn't, he or she doesn't. Okay, so transform column, text transforms. No, not this part. Change type, true and false. Okay, so that's done. False and true. Now it's done, and the null values will automatically be deleted eventually within this process. Now save and close. If there was any issue with the data, it would have also stopped then and there. Let's put it sample. Let's name it sample. Okay, now that the data model and flow has been established, let's just refresh it. Now we start the apply ML model. Okay, I'll name this file another separately table, because this is the table name. Okay, so it's been stored, so the table name's been stored. Okay, so I can't change this unless I go back to the file and change it. Okay, or in this case the link. So if the link in the link, this Excel the CSV file is already named as online shopper's intention. Okay, And which is the target value we discussed originally? Revenue. Like the outcome column. It will be the outcome column. Basically, it's the outcome we're looking for. Revenue, yes or true or false. Whether the person buys it or not. Next. And look, it automatically also made a deduction just looking at the data on its own that it's a binary, because true and false means yes or no, which is binary. And again, we want to see, let's say, which customers are buying our product. So we will choose true. And let's see if, and here we can choose, we can make our own labels that if the customer is buying the product, it's a yes. Mismatch label, it's a no. Or just write no. Next. Okay. Now now look over here. It's basically on its own selected all the columns which it can sense a strong correlation with. Like basically within this table online shoppers with the target column of revenue, it can basically check that all of these variables and columns in the table have a strong correlation to it, so it's only picking them and ignoring the rest. But unless you feel that these columns also add value but the data is not detecting it on its own, you can pick them, but it's not advised, because then it will give you a lower accuracy, because at least within this system it will give you low accuracy if you process it with the way the data is currently, unless you further transform it and start all over again. So next, how much time do you want to train your model? The longer the time, the more accurate it will. But to show you guys, it starts on 5 minutes. I'll give it, okay, 5 minutes, okay. So it's okay. So these are basically, it's automatically on its own tests around, trains 80% of the model and tests 20%. This is inbuilt in Power BI, okay, because it's considered the best method of checking the model if it's a binary, if it's basically a binary value predictor. And if you basically will choose a continuous data trend, then it will probably take 70% to 30% on its own. The AI program within Power BI is built to recognize all of this. So I'll just say sample ML. And now we save and train the final part. So it's divided into training data and testing data, as you can see here. So it will take a minute at least for it to train over here but now let's see, it's loading. Now let's go to machine learning models. So it's loading over here, but I made a similar one model before and I'll show you how to check it. And here was my model. Bingo. Look, my model performance, the area under curve is 94%, precision 15%, 100%. Or if you want to play with the recall rate, you can check, and these values will also automatically update. And the cost benefit analysis, the profit, it says over here the maximum profit and probability threshold of profit being 0 is high. But if we decrease the recall, let's see what it changes. It's showing us that we have basically 63% chance to make a 632 profit dollars. Okay, so this was the model I made before. In order to check this dashboard report or even further you can apply it over here if you want, but I'm just doing it to show you. You have to go to this tab within the actions where it lists view training report. If you want to retrain the data to see if if you want to retrain the data again to see if the metrics change, then you click this. And if you want to apply the model directly from here, you will click this. Okay, I hope you guys understood what I was saying over here. And if you need any help, feel free to comment. And please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for giving your time here.